make your job easy.
Round 16 saved the best till last as West Coast, who were challenged late by a very determined GWS side, managed to hold on and secure a crucial home victory to keep themselves well entrenched inside a heavily congested top four. Welcome to this week's episode of Eagle Review, proudly sponsored by Kennards Hire. Benny Roberts, all smiles this morning, mate. Good to buck the trend. No team has gone 10 straight wins and followed it up with 4 on the trot. Losses?
Never.
No, so good to get out of the Guinness Book of World Records for that one. And we needed every one of the 52,000 Screaming Ho fans to will us over the line in this one, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Nervous times late in the piece when they got 23 up, I believe. I could be slightly off, but 4 goals up basically. And then Giants hit a couple, and I thought, geez, it's not going to happen again. Last week, all over again. But then the boys got headed and then fought back. Really gutsy effort, and you know, the makeshift forward line and the mids and everyone did it all together, and they got it done. So very important 4 points and entrenched in the top 4.
What about the first time since 07 since we've won with either Jack Darling, Josh Kennedy or Mark Lacroix not in the lineup?
Yeah, it's a long time.
Isn't it?
So what were you doing in 2007?
No, not a lot.
Well, you know what I did like though, Stephen? The clearances. The mids last week probably admittedly didn't have their best outing, particularly in the last quarter. They were good for most of the game, but last quarter really stood up at the weekend, and guess who else stood up? The man who everyone thought, well, not everyone, people thought, whispers he wasn't going to play, Mr. Natanui. Geez, he played a game. Clearances, Nick was dominant, Vards was good in the ruck, Scotty played a bit up forward, did a bit of tap work early, but how about this, 7-5 from clearances. Now we typically score more points from turnovers through pressure and all that sort of thing and get them on the counter. 7-5 from clearances for us, just a 3-3 on turnovers, so just a different way to do it. But the mids really stood up, we won the clearances by 10 at the weekend. We only had one forward 50 turnover, we didn't get a goal from it, but that's generally an area we get a lot more scored from. 3-1 from stoppages in the forward 50, so. And we got 4 goals from throw-ins as well. So from clearances and from stoppages, really positive for us at the weekend.
Let's have a look at the votes. I'm going to go 3-2-1, Benny. You pull me up if I'm out of line. Andrew Gaff, you want to give him the 3?
Yeah, that's fine.
41 disposals, 6 clearances, couple of snagger rolls, same goal celebration, not really mixing that up. It's a bit disappointing, but good game from Andrew.
I'll have a word to him. No, he was very good, prolific. That's a word that gets used a fair bit with Andrew. He's been just an accumulator. An accumulator. I bet you're going Shannon Hearn second.
Correct. It's not just a midfield award here, mate.
No, not at the review, certainly not. He won't. He was real close to Gaffy. Like, how close were you to giving Hearn?
Splitting hairs, in all honesty. 24 touches, 83% efficiency, 7 marks, 5 intercepting. Did it well. Read the play very well back then.
And I reckon one vote. It'll be, I reckon, Hutchie or Yo or Redden.
I tossed the coin between all of them. Fantastic games. Hutch did well to corral Kelly for 24 touches, particularly in the first half. He's a very damaging player. Kelly will win a Brownlow, no doubt about it. Yo, 32 touches, 9 inside 50s. Relish going back to the midfield. He's too powerful, too skillful to waste down back.
Very important in the guts there, and no doubt he was a part of the factor of the clearances going our way.
But Reddo, almost his PB in terms of possessions, had 22 and a half times.
Yeah, like Maurice Green, but he slowed down a little bit, but changed things up slightly in the second half, and particularly late. But he was important all the way through. Shuey,
12 clearances for Shuey, unbelievable.
Very good. Certainly his best game since coming back from the hamstring. He was very good.
What about Oscar Allen debuting, the 9th this season and the 5th in our recent draft class?
Yeah, so last year's draft, we've had all of them debut except for Hamish Brayshaw, who's had a bit of a knee issue. 3 games back into his comeback now at the moment, so he's going very well.
Brady Rawlings raise?
Brady Rawlings, give that man a raise as well. Just did some phenomenal work.
But Oscar
was great. Did had some great moments, both with the ball, without, and doing things differently. Gatorade shower afterwards. He was just, he looked like he was meant to be there. Like, he took a couple of marks, he laid a couple of tackles. Like, I thought all round in the air, on the ground, he was good. What do you reckon?
Yeah, exceptional. Looked like a 190 centimetre drowned rat post-game with that Gatorade dripping off him as well. What about Nick Nat? Just a couple of wheat bigs, mark of the round contenders, if you don't mind.
I reckon he might take out this round's mark of the round, but geez, he came down hard on his back. I actually thought he hurt himself, but he played it out like a tough man that he is.
Enjoyed Ainsworth, first goal for his career in West Coast colours.
Correct. On the right.
He probably owes Scotty Lycett, a beer or two for his chase and pressure, or maybe just Core for ruining his footy bounce. Pretty sure you learned that in under 9s.
Well, Ainsworth's building, I reckon. Like, he had 14, I think, yesterday, and just the stuff. I just like the stuff he does in traffic and in tight, and gets the ball, feeds it out. No, he's going to be a good player.
Correct. Gov up forward. Where people want to say it's not working, taking away from our biggest threat down back. I mean, filling the role, how many more weeks do you think he's going to fill it? What's the plan here, Benny Roberts?
Well, it depends. Simo did say that, some of the guys that we're missing from up forward may be a chance to come back this week against Collingwood, and that'd be ideal. Gov clearly is a All-Australian backman, two-timer. But when he goes forward, there's things that he does when he doesn't kick the goals. Yes, you want your forwards to kick goals, but more importantly, you want the team to kick goals. Now, Gov going forward means their best defender, or one of them, goes to him. So immediately you take away some of their strengths. But he also does things when he doesn't have the ball that a lot of people might not miss, might not see. Now, have a look at this clip just quickly. Goes forward, 3 defensive efforts, couple of tackles, dislodges the ball in the second term. Now, they're just things that you don't get... the superficial stats.
No.
They don't hit there. Some of the more deep stuff that the footy department get will notice those sort of things.
Nor do you with the Rioli knock-on.
No, and the Rioli knock-on here, like people didn't, it wasn't raised in the commentary. People don't often, a lot of people miss these things. Just throwing the fist in there, bounce up to Rioli, goal. Very important stuff.
Speaking of very important, imagine if he missed the advantage goal and how much we were talking about that.
Yeah, exactly. So that was basically the sealer.
That was risky
that was the
stuff, though. What about Willie Rioli's last quarter? So, a couple of big moments, stood up, had a very quiet game up till then, but geez, they were important to get us over the line.
He's just one of those blokes that if he's in the area, if you're a defender, nervous if there's a Rioli within 20 metres. The stuff he did on the boundary to then give it to Gaffey to kick the goal, very important goal, and then to stand up from 50 out and kick.
Well, the mark was as impressive as the kick too.
Tricky mark, and then to kick it from 50 at a clutch moment. Very important stuff, and he's building, I reckon.
That switch in the corridor, though, mate, the Otis one, so I was pretty happy times he came to the party. Time for the Kennards roast of the round for you to get through, as always. Rory Lobb, long sleeves in the heat of Perth. No, have a massive spell there. Yo getting paid this mark in the first quarter. That led to our opening goal from Hutchings. Definitely not a mark. Don't know what they were thinking.
Cripper, love Cripper. Love Cripper. Love the work. He's a big review man, Cripper, and I just don't know about this handball to Archie early. I don't know about that. And then later, back-to-back Crippers.
You double clipping him.
Double clipping Cripper.
Wowza.
This wasn't his best. I mean, he could have thrown the candy and straightened up, but he went for the specky banana and didn't quite connect, I might say.
Correct. What about Lewis Jetta standing sideways on the mark? Is he onto something there?
Different.
Because he sprayed it. I'm gonna back him in, but I'm definitely gonna have a word to him. So what on earth were you doing?
I thought this might come up. The decision on Tom Cole to pay holding the ball.
Big stink bomb this one, because have a look a little later. Sam Taylor ducking his head. That's prior opportunity. Same umpire, no attempt to get rid of that one, balled it up. So no consistency either, on top of a decision that almost cost us the game.
Just tricky. Not much pride there, would have thought.
No way in the world. We're going to go around the grounds really quickly before the winner. Interchange Stewart from the Swans getting barreled over. That is quality stuff. Jenkins destroying the TV screen on the boundary. What a rock star. Good on you, champ. As is Robbie Gray, just picking up the spare here. Just the solitary pin remaining. Knocked him off his perch. Paholke and Walker, a bit of boning up of a certain goal there. Benny Hill music, cue that. Maybe got put off by a couple of fans in the stands. Gee, they're a different breed up there. Moving over to the Port Adelaide v Saints game. Good to see the solitary Eagles fan come along and just
ripping hard,
isn't he? But what's going on with those shades? It's a night game for starters.
Mate, it reminds me of Mark Waugh in '94 in second slip with the big oil slicks. What is going on?
I don't know, but don't give us a bad name. Love the repping, but sort yourself out. The winner, though, Benny Roberts, give it to me.
What a moment! I think this is fantastic. It's a little, it's good for us and nice to roast. Himmelberg takes a mark.
Fair distance out, though.
Yeah, 15 metres out, pretty much directly in front. No problems with the distance, no problems with the accuracy, surely. No, I'm going to handball it off to get audacious. Gives it to De Boer, and look who comes over. First gamer, first moment, and crushes it. Oscar Allen, smother of the century. Love it. Better than Heath Shaw's, I reckon.
I agree.
Just to rub salt into the wounds. And we're going to give it to Himmelberg and De Boer.
Yeah.
Just making a meal of a certain goal.
Love it.